And we're back.
All right. Shalom Shabbat Salakia for that. This internet that we have here likes to log us out from time to time, and if we're not being very meticulous and paying attention, we'll never see it. All right, and it doesn't really give us a notification on this side. So Salakia for that. We're gonna pick it back up in verse 20. I guess let me go ahead and read this, and then we can share the screen again. All right, so I'm gonna read 20 and 21 in the Hebrew. This book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 20 and 21 in the Hebrew. To war, Mala'ath, Aban, Arabah, Tarayam, Aban, to war, Adam, Patada, Wabaquath, to war, Hakad, verse 21. Wahaban Yam, Hashanaya, Napat, Sapayar, Wayahalam.
This book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 20. In the fourth row, a beryl and an onyx and a jasper, they shall be set in gold in their enclosures. Wow.
All right. We're going to share the screen again. You know what? No, we're going to go on. We're going to go on because we already. All right. So that was 20.
Verse 21.
All right. Well, you know what? Yeah, bring it back up. We're gonna just quickly show this breastplate, and what it's talking about. So, stone shall be name of children of Israel. We get that. It's all about the 12 tribes. It's only about the 12 tribes, not about anybody else. They're being real meticulous with this breastplate, engraving each of the 12 tribes. You know.
Sure.
Yeah, it should be sharing. Can you check real quick, Mom, while we're sharing? It's sharing because we'll add that to the stage.
It says it's on there.
Oh, it does?
Because it shows you.
You say it's not?
Stop sharing. Maybe I didn't press the right one.
Well, you also gotta do the dual. No. And then, is it on there?
There we go.
All right. So, so now they're engraving the names of Israel because it's all about Israel. So then we got the wreathing work of the pure gold, right? So if you'll look around this breastplate right here, around the edges, that's the wreath work around the edges there. All right. And then we're gonna get into the chain and all of that. So this is just something he wears over it. It has symbolism and means something to the Lord. All right, so we're gonna go into 23 and 24. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse
22?
20.
We did 20 and 21. We should be on 22, right?
Oh, we did 20 and 21?
21.
That's right. I lost my place. All right. So we're doing 20, 21?
We should be on
22 and 23,
22
right?
and 22.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 22 and 23 in Hebrew. Wa'ashiyath al Hakashan Sharashath Gabalath Mashah Abath Zahab Tahayayan al Shemath Bayal Yasha'ala Shatayam Ashura al Shamatam Kawatam Ayash al Shemawa Harabayaya Tarashayash Washaham Wayashapa Mashabataza Yam Zahab Yawa Bamalawa Atam, verse 23. Washayath al Hakashan Shataya Tabawath Zahab Wanatath Ath Shataya Hatabayawath al Shanaya Tahayayan Lashanaya Ashar Shabbat.
Book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 22 in English. Thou shalt make upon the breastplate chains at the ends of wreathen work of pure gold. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and shalt put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate.
All right, so I get it. You got the chain of gold at the top, and you've got 2 rings to link the chains to each side of the breastplate. Is basically how to hold it. All right. Let's move on to 24 and 25.
There's chain hang low.
Right. Yeah, that's a big chain right there. Got a big, you know what I'm saying? Like this is as big as Flavor Flav's clock.
Right.
At this point, you know what I mean? It's one huge piece of gold. I bet it had to be heavy. That's a heavy chain. It wasn't hollow like some of these chains be out here. You know, it's gold, but it's hollow. You tap on it, it's ting ting ting. This ain't that. You tap on it, you're gonna hurt your knuckle. You know. What was you gonna say?
I was just saying that probably what would make it heavy is all those stones in there.
Yeah, but it's also pure gold.
I got gold light, isn't it? Like
it ain't that light. Carat. You ain't never had a chain. Gold ain't light.
24 karat. I thought if you had like a
gold bar.
Yeah, a gold bar. Think about that. This breastplate, it's a breastplate.
Okay.
Now it's probably you know, wide to about just inside his shoulders, comes down probably about halfway over his stomach. And it's pure gold.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's got the stones. Stones probably not that heavy, but this is pure gold. This is solid gold.
Okay.
Gold bar weighs about 27 pounds.
27 pounds for a gold bar. So you think this is probably about the equivalent of a gold bar. So he got about 27 pounds on his neck. You know what I'm saying? That's the weight of the iniquity. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's bearing the iniquity, right? It's gonna get into that. You know, it's gonna get into that in these later verses. As
right.
You know, studying on this. All right, so we're in 23. So I'm read 23 and 24 and 25. So book of Exodus chapter 28, verses 23 to 25. Why it say Yath al Hakashan Shataya Taba'awath Zahab Wanatath Ath Shataya Hataba'awat Salaki Hatabai Wath Al Janaya Tahayayan, Lashanaya, Ashar, Shabbat, verse 24. Wanatata, Ath, Shataya, Abatath, Hazahab, Al, Shataya, Hataba'ath, Al, Quatazawath, Hakashan, verse 25. Wa'ath, Shataya, Quatazawath, Shataya, Habatath, Tatan, Al, Shataya, Hamashabatazawath, Wanatata, Al, Katapawath, Quatazawath, Hakashan. Go ahead.
This book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 23. Thou shalt make upon the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and shall put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt 24. And thou shalt put the 2 wreathen chains of gold in the 2 rings which are at the ends of the breastplate.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. And the other 2 ends of the 2 wreathen chains thou shalt fasten in 2 ouches, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod before it.
So at that point in verse 25, he's just attaching it to the top of the garment. So basically, it's just going to hang off. At the top of the garment, it has where you connect it, and they connect it on the rings. All right, so that's all that is. All right.
It's like, sir, they're actually selling breastplates.
I see that. $250,
Huh.
basically. Oh, they do have the etching on there too.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
the engraving. There goes Gad right there with the. Yep, that's Gad right there. And all the other 12 tribes. So they did put the engravings on it.
It just don't look like it's bright color stones. So.
Yeah,
I don't see
it probably is. We just kind of off in our thought process, but because I mean you can't really get it wrong. You're not gonna change what the stones are. You know what I mean?
Natural stones.
Right. So that's interesting. So that's an actual depiction of the breastplate right there. That's what the breastplate would actually look like. And you can see the wreathen gold is the outer edges of the breastplate. The ouches are what holds those stones in.
Round circles around there.
And yeah, and they smoothed out the stones, and then they engraved on top of the stones the name of the children of Israel. And then you have the wreathen chain at the top, and it's connected with the rings of gold. And then that chain would connect to the rings that are on the actual garment, and it would hang down on his chest. All right. So we're gonna go to verses 26 and 27. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 26 and 27 in the Hebrew. Wayeshayath, Shataya, Tabawath, Zahab, Washamath, Thumb, Al, Shania, Kotazawath. Verse 27. Washayath, Shataya, Salaki, Tabawath, Zahab, Wananatah, Harpad, Al, Mawal, Panyawal.
Book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 26. Is it 26?
Okay.
And thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and thou shalt put them upon the 2 ends of the breastplate, and the border thereof, which is in the side of the ephod inward. Okay.
All right, verse 27.
Verse 27. And 2 other rings of gold thou shalt make, and shalt put them on the two sides of the ephod underneath, toward the fourth part thereof, over against the other coupling thereof, above the curious girdle of the ephod.
I'm not even gonna lie to nobody. I'm not sure exactly where that's at. It's all of it's to fasten the breastplate, but it's going into real details to show y'all on exactly how that is, because they lost me a little bit when they said the two rings of gold thou shalt put them upon the two ends. I get that part, but in 27, when it says the two other rings of gold thou shalt make and shall put them on the two sides of the ephod underneath.
I
So
think it'd be
I
like somewhere.
think they're underneath up here, or maybe they're underneath. Okay, so maybe they're underneath the garment behind the breastplate to keep the breastplate from coming up off the bottom of the garment. Maybe that's what it is. It says towards the forepart thereof, over against the other coupling thereof, above the curious girdle of the
So that sounds
ephod.
about right. So
So
it'd
the
be right
girdle
here.
would be down here. Yeah, so it's underneath towards the bottom of the breastplate to keep the breastplate in place from swinging. You know how you had a gold chain, the dookie chain with the big medallion on it, and you walk in and it's swinging back and forth. And so it's not swinging back and forth and stuff like that. So okay, we got that. We figuring things out. That's what this is for. You know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna move on 28 and 29. So book of Exodus chapter 28, verses 28 and 29 in the Hebrew. Wayapakasawa, Ath, Akashan, Mataba'ai Thawa, Al, Taba'ath, Hapawad, Babatayyal, Takalath, Laha, Laha Lawath, Atam, Al, Shataya, Katapawath, Papawad, Malamata, Mamawal, Panyawa, Lamath, Makabaratawa, Mama Al, Lakashab, Hakashan, Al, Shapatawa, Ashar, Al, Abar, Hapawad, Bayata, verse 29. Wanasha'a, Aharan, Ath, Shamawath, Banya, Hapawad.
Book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 28. They shall bind the breastplate by the rings thereof unto the rings of the ephod with a lace of blue, and that it may be above the curious girdle of the ephod, and the breastplate be not loose from the ephod.
Okay, so that's exactly what it is. It's connecting at the bottom so it doesn't come loose from the ephod, be swinging all over the place, basically. And it's going to have basically a border of blue at the bottom. All right.
Verse 29. And Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment upon his heart, when he goeth in unto the holy place for a memorial before Yahweh continually.
So he's literally bearing the names of the children of Israel on his chest. You know what I'm saying? He's weighted down by the iniquity
Right, as you
of the
said
children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? All of this has meaning. it's not just making it just because, but with the Lord, if you're gonna do it right. You know what I mean? Don't just do it just because. But all this has meaning to it, and the Lord requires quality. Just like here in the school, we require men of quality. We're not looking for quantity. You know, we're not. You know, like I watch a lot of military stuff, right? And something, and I knew this, and some of y'all might know this, some of y'all might not. But when it comes to soldiers, they know that if you got 100 men, and this is out of the press's mouth, you got 100 men. They're saying that, what was it? I think it was like 20 of them, or I'm sorry, 10 of them are gonna be washouts, meaning they're gonna be cowards for the most part, and then 80 of them are going to be bullet catchers, meaning they're just gonna die. You know what I'm saying? They're going out there. They're basically target practice. And then there's only 9. They said there's only 9 to 10 warriors, meaning men that go and they execute and they stay alive and they complete the mission
and get the job done.
So out of 100 men, you got 10 cowards, 80 bullet catchers. So just you think along the lines, I'm going off from what we're teaching right now a little bit, but think about that. You basically have white men always likes to talk about chess, not checkers, right? These 80 men are the pawns. You go into the white man's military and you a grunt, a foot soldier. You are basically just things that they throw at the wall and see if it sticks. You see what I'm saying? Like they throw 100 people out there, only 80 of y'all make it, but that 8 carried out the mission. You see what I'm saying? Now they're gonna get medals, they're gonna get special assignments and things like that. The other ones, they're gonna get a casket and a flag and put their name on a wall. But what good does that do them or their family? You know what I mean? So here in the UPK, we train soldiers. You know what I mean?
Training everybody to be that 10%.
To be that 8 or 9 men. You know what I mean? But when the Lord returns, we'll be something different, something that no one on this earth will be able to handle. You know what I mean? So anyway, don't mean to get off. So where were we at? We were that was 29. Okay, so 29. Say your brother names on the breastplate of judgment upon his heart. When he goeth in unto the holy place for memorial before the Lord continually. All right, this is continually. This is the priesthood. All right, so we're gonna go 30 and 30, 31 and 32. So the book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 30 through 32 in the Hebrew. Wanatath, Al, Kashan, Hamashapat, Ath, Ha'awariyam, Wa'ath, Hatamayam, Waha Yawa, Al, Lab, Aharan, Baba Awa, Lapanya, Yasha'ala, Bakashan, Hamashapat, Al, Labawa, Baba Awa, Al, Hakwadash, Lazakaran, Lapanya, Yahweh, Tamayad, verse 31. Washayath. Okay, that's all I got. Verse 32. Wahaya, Paya, Rashawa, Batawakawa, Shapa, Yahya, Lapayawa, Yahwa, Panasha'a, Aharan, Ath, Mashapat, Banya, Yasha'ala, Al, Lapawa, Lapanya, Yahweh, Tamaya.
This book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 30. Thou shalt put in the breastplate of judgment the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be upon Aaron's heart when he goeth in before Yahweh, and Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before Yahweh continually.
All right, so as I know it, the Urim and the Thummim are two stones. It's a black stone and a white stone. See if you can just pull that up on another tab. Just put in Urim and Thummim. Just take that out. Yep, there it goes right there. So the Urim and the Thummim, as soon as this computer comes up, all right. And okay, cursor right there. As you can see, it's a white and black stone hit all right here because I want to get what it is exactly. All right, so the priestly devices, these objects meaning light and perfection, whereas the Hoshin, which I'm not sure what the Hoshin, we're not gonna get into all of that. You guys can look it up. We're just giving you a place to start and something to see. So you're not trying to figure, so you're not confused. We try to here in the UPK, we're about practical knowledge, right? And so we're keeping it very practical, showing you these things, all right? And they shall be upon Aaron's heart.
Chapter 31.
All right. So that shall, you already read it? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 31. And thou shalt make the robe of the ephod all blue, olive blue.
So that's that robe that's underneath. You can just point to this one. That's the robe that's underneath. It's all blue, as you can see right there. All right, go ahead.
And thou shalt be, verse 32. And thou shalt be
there, and there shall
be. And there shall be, an hole in the top of it, in the midst thereof. It shall have a binding of woven work round about the hole of it, as it were the hole of a habergeon, habergeon, that it be not rent.
All right, so a habergeon, go ahead and bring that up. Habergeon is basically like a thick. It's usually with chainmail on it, and that's kind of around the collar, and they make it real thick so that you don't get the material start fraying and different things like that. So habergeon, a type of armor, specifically a coat of mail that was worn in the Middle Ages, short neck jacket of mail, often sleeveless or short sleeved. The habergeon is typically worn under a longer Burke. Put in the Bible. There you go. See what the definition is on that. specifically a coat of mail. So
it's
it's
still
about
changing.
the same.
Did it change?
Or did you, see? Show more. Let's see. Man, you be clicking all over the place, man. Go back. Anyway, it's just it's just a thick piece of the garment. You know, again, it's about quality and not quantity. All right. What was that? What verse was that? That was
32.
Was that all of 32?
Come on, God.
Around the whole. So the whole, as I understand it, would just be where you can put the head through. You can put your head through. You know what I mean? Did you find anything else on it? All right, we're gonna move on. So we're gonna go to. Did I read 33 as well? No. Okay, so we're gonna do 33, 34, and 35. We're just gonna start moving through this. Where we at on time?
11, 14, 16.
Okay, we wrapping up at. We'll go to 11:45 since we were 15 minutes late.
Come on, God.
All right. Because that's, it's 2 hours. Okay. So book of Exodus chapter 28, verse, what did I say, 33?
33, sir.
So 33 through 35. Washayath al Shawalawa Ramaniyah Ath Mayal Apawad Kala Yal Takalath, verse 34. Paiman Zahab Warmawan Paman Zahab Warmawan Al Shawalaya Hamayal Sabayab, verse 35. Wahaya Al Takalath Waragaman Wata Walath Shania Al Shawalayawa Sabayab Wapamanaya Zahab Watawakam Sabayab.
Book of Exodus chapter 28, verse 33. And beneath upon the hem of it thou shalt make pomegranates of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, round about the hem thereof, and bells of gold between them round about. Verse 34. A golden bell in a pomegranate, a golden bell in a pomegranate, upon the hem of the robe around about. Verse 35. And it shall be upon Aaron to minister, and his sound shall be heard when he goeth in until that he die not.
So, okay. So look down at the bottom here. This is what it's talking about right here at the hem. The hem would be the bottom of the garment, where you make the it's the hem. It's the outermost part of the garment. And here's the pomegranates and all of that. And he's got bells. So you're hearing him when he walks. You know what I mean? Anywhere he goes, you're gonna hear him.
So like, sir, man.
Go ahead.
You know, say call that the hem and not the border.
Right. Right. There you go. Because we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. You do not put fringes on t-shirts. T-shirt is an undergarment. It's not a garment. Calls it an undergarment. So if it's an undergarment, it would what? Go under that garment.
otherwise underwear.
for the most part. So you know what I'm saying. So the fringes go on the garment,
Right. Come
which would
on.
be the outer deal. So like I know like Houston likes to do the button down shirts, which is an outer garment,
Come on, sir.
right? And then you have the t-shirt up under it, which is an undergarment. Somewhere along the way, we started wearing our undergarments as outer garments, like the wife beater. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's coming regular garments.
yeah, that's become a real regular thing. Just like women go to the store and everywhere else with the bonnet on,
Oh, they even wear those
bonnet
like
or a nightgown. They'll even
workout tops and stuff
the
like that.
workout tops. That's supposed to be an undergarment. So I've seen them in the stores with a whole pajama. A robe, one of them, robes and slippers and everything.
Some slippers.
And it's like, come on, I know you don't want to get dressed. I know you didn't want to come to the store. I don't want to go to the store. Me, I just keep a pair of sweats handy. All I gotta do is just slip it on. I ain't gotta put on no belt. I ain't gotta zip up no pants. I ain't gotta button nothing. Just slip them up, and then I get slides, and I throw my feet in the slides. I ain't gotta put my feet in those shoes and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we got to do better, Israel.
Come on,
We
sir.
got to do better. Minister in the sound shall be heard. There he goes. So yeah, basically, he's moving about. He's got bells on. So if you can't see him, you'll hear him. Ain't nothing happened to him. He's all right. He's good to go. All right.
Come on.
So we're gonna go 36 through 38. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 36 through 38. Washayath, Taza Yataza, Zahab, Tahawar, Wapatakath, Alayawa, Patawak, Salaki, Patawakak, Kaya, Katam, Kodash, La Yahawa, verse 37. Washamath, Aharan, Lasarath, Wanashemai, Kualawa, Baba Awa, Al, Hakwadash, Lapanya, Yahawa, Wabataza Salagi, Wabataza Atawa, Wala Yamawath, verse 38. Wahaya Al. That's all I got on 38. Correct.
This book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 36. Thou shalt make a plate of pure gold engraved upon it, like the engravings of a signet, holiness to Yahweh. Verse 37. Thou shalt put it on a blue lace, and it may be upon the mitre, upon the forefront of the mitre it shall be. And it shall, verse 38, and it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, and Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things which the children of Israel shall hallow in all their holy gifts, and it shall be always upon his forehead, that they may be accepted before Yahweh.
All right, so it's basically just a golden plate that is on the mitre, and it has engraved on it holiness to Yahweh, right? And it's to signify that he's basically bearing the iniquity of the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, everything has its place with the Lord. It has its significance. All right. And again, it's in gold. Like Aaron is decked out. Aaron looking like a true G.
Royalty.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's looking good.
Yeah,
he's looking real good. He's probably got, in today's money, he's probably got $250,000 or more on him right now. You know what I'm saying? He got them jewels. He got the gold. It's pure gold. It ain't no. This ain't no yellow gold. This that orange gold. You know what I mean? This that Dubai special. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cut on gun.
Yeah, this that good stuff right there. This ain't no melted down and mixed with something else.
So he's shining.
Yeah, that's why it says in there. It says pure gold. It don't say. Just notice the words. You got to pay attention to the details of the words. It says pure gold. It don't say plate of gold. It says plate of pure gold. There's nothing else in it because there's no. When it comes to God, there is no blemish. You see what I'm saying? Like when we talk about the sacrifice, there's no blemish. You know, with Yahushua, he was blameless. There's no blemish, and I just bring that up to say, you know, like everything with the Lord is about being pure. It's not even when it comes to us. He don't want no interracial dating. You know what I'm saying? He wants it pure. You know, and even if you go off and you do it, there is a law into that about the generations to get back. You know what I mean? So yeah, everything is meticulous with the Lord, even something as small as a garment on a man. And then, like you said, if we gonna do this, we got to take this serious. Even something as a garment on a man. Think about this is a garment on a man. What does that have to do? Like the Lord has his whatever he's doing. He's such a large figure that we can't even fathom. But he's being very meticulous, even with this garment that the Lord is putting on Aaron. All right. Do we have any comments or anything like that?
Let's check it out, sir.
Sometimes we just gotta check back and forth. Like great pants.
Just people rechecking in from last time.
Gotcha.
From the other stream.
I think that was in reference to my slipping on just some sweatpants. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. Yeah, I like some gray sweats. You know what I'm saying? Just slip them on right fast. You know, I don't be out there trying to show out. You know what I mean? I don't even like to go to the store. I like to go through drive-thrus. You know what I'm saying? If I could drive through Walmart, I'd drive right through it. I don't like to get out, man. I don't. I want to be at the crib. Or out here doing the work. That's it, you know. But I go in. Most men, when they go into a store like Walmart, we already know what we want. We going in and we going straight to that, grab that, straight to the register, check out, and we up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Something nice. Oh, okay.
I was just saying that great sweat.
Oh, really? All right. Exercise. All righty then. We can't move. All right. So, where we at? That was 36. Was that 36?
Slightly. That was 36.
Or through 38. Yeah, through 38. We ended at 38. You read 36 and then you read.
Okay, I read all of it.
You read all
36 you was talking about.
All right. So we're going to get 39 through 41. 39 through 41. All right. This book of Exodus, chapter 28, chapter 28, verses 39 through 41 in the Hebrew. Washabataza Ath Hakatan Salaki. Hakatanath Shasha, Mataza'ak, Aharan, Wanasha'a, Aharan, Oth, Awan, Hakwadashayam, Ashar, Yakwada Yashawa, Anaya, Yasha'ala, Nakal, Matanath, Atawa, Al, Pataya, Takalath, Wahaya, Al, Hamataza Napa, Slakia, Hamataza Napath, Al, Mawal, Panya, Hamataza Napath, Yahaya, verse 40. Walabanya, Haran, Daisha, Katanath, Washayath, Kodashi Yaham, Wahaya, Al, Matazakawa, Tamayad, Laratazawan, Laham, Lapanya, Yahawa, verse 41. Walabasha, Shalaki, Walabashath, Atam, Oth, Haran, Washayath, Mataza Napath, Shisha, Wabanat, Taisha, Maisha, Raquam.
This book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 39. And thou shalt embroider the coat of fine linen, and thou shalt make the mitre of the fine linen, and thou shalt make the girdle of needlework. Verse 40. And for Aaron's sons thou shalt make coats, that thou shalt make for them girdles, and bonnets shalt thou make for them, for glory and for beauty. Verse 41. Verse 41. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother and his sons with him, and shalt anoint them and consecrate them and sanctify them, that they may minister to me in the priest's office.
See if you can look up Aaron's son's coat.
Okay.
Because even Aaron's sons are in on this. They're in the priesthood as well. Because later on it's going to get into how they would that this garment would be passed down to Aaron's son, whichever son it's passed down to. But I want to see if we can get an image of that coat. Click on images. See if it gives us anything. I don't think it. Oh, did it take? I don't think it. No. So as far as the coat goes, maybe in the next Sabbath service, I'll research because it could just be this outer deal. But I wanted to see how Aaron's son's coat was made and how they looked and everything, because in this the white man being the devil that he is, this is all the things that you see in that Roman Catholic Church when they have the big old hats and the garments that they have on and stuff. That's what all of this it's coming from this type of stuff right here. That's why even these images you see on here look the way that they do, because they have to put the kind of fornicating spirit on it. You know what I mean? For lack of a better way to say it. I'm sure the actual garment that Aaron had,
was much flyer than this.
it was much flyer. You know what I mean? Because our people don't, when it comes to looks, we don't really do simplicity. You know what I mean? We don't just stop at just putting it together. Like we step out the car, it's almost like a pimp. You know what I mean? I like them old school pimps from back in the 70s. They step out, they got the bell box. He come out with the whole brimmed hat and the feather flying back. You know what I'm saying?
Zebra print.
Right. Yeah, it just has to be over the top. And it's just it's just it's just for flair. It's just to show your zeal for it. At the end of the day, nothing wrong with that, as long as your heart's in the right place. As long as your mind's on the Lord. Hey, like I said, hey, that's pure gold, man. Pure gold, and he's got all these different stones of different colors going on. Man, that he's just being fly, man. He's swagged out. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But what is not is this, Roman Catholic Church, the whole when they get in there and get to singing that, all that, man, put me to sleep. Get me the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that, Yeah, we not doing that, man.
I don't remember them times.
Yeah, that's not the Lord's Spirit. Why, you be flipping the channels and running or something like that. Altar boys running around, swinging some kind of deal with the
incense
in it, and then the service is over, and the priest
throwing oil on people.
Yeah, the priest trying to oil the altar boys down. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody didn't you just put out a battlefield report about some
Come on, sir.
Yeah, some North Texas priest getting caught up with some old. Yeah. You know, put us on stage now. So like yeah, we the library, like I said, they be killing us with the timing out. You have to go back and change the background. Remove us from the stage. All right, so like for that, all right, with that because you know we've gotten pretty far anyway. We stopped on what was that 41 was the last one. Let me
We're
get
at 41.
yeah let me get through this real quick. So we made the coats for Aaron's sons, um, the girdles. Now the bonnet part that's a little new to me. I'm seeing the bonnet. Um, I don't myself want to believe that. And let me just show y'all real quick before we end this Sabbath service. I don't want to believe that this is the bonnet. Now I could be wrong. Where we at? Let's go over. I don't want to believe that this is the bonnet or this right here. We don't, from what I've seen, we don't do this. So I'm gonna have to ask about that because I believe the bonnet's something different, or it's a different way of doing it. Maybe it's the war scarf.
They
But
call it a turban on her.
yeah, I'm not with that. I don't think that's it because our press are always trying to change something and make you look effeminate. It looks like you about to go jump in the shower right there. You know what I'm saying? You just got your hair done. You know what I mean? I'm not with it. Brothers, sons, and they get anointed and sanctified. So we're gonna stop there. Verse Exodus chapter 28, verse 41. So we'll kick off in 42 next Sabbath service. We're gonna go ahead and pray on out and stop sharing the screen or whatever. Is that gonna move us back? No, we'll have to go. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pray out.
Come.
So Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Bashamaya. Dash. Ayah. Shimka. Yahweh. Malaka. Taba'a. Razaka. Haya,
Aya,
Asha,
Asha,
Baratza,
Baratza,
Kawa,
Wa,
Haya,
Aya,
Bashaman,
Bashman,
Watanyana,
Now,
Come,
Come,
Call,
Call,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalagna,
Wasalag now,
Kabawabna,
Kabawak now,
Kasalagna,
Kasalag now,
Kabawabna,
Kabawak now,
Wala,
Wala,
Tabaya Nawa,
Kaba, Ya, Anawa,
Wanasa Yawan,
Manasa Yawan,
Abal,
Abal,
Wayasa Nawa,
What, Hawa Yashanawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Ra,
Ra,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Baka,
Aka,
Amalakwa,
Wahalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Wa Allah,
Watapa Ara,
Wa Para,
Lai Yum,
La Awalawam, Yam,
Aman,
Aman. It's the Lord's Prayer in English. It's like, Our Father,
our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy
Thy
name.
kingdom
Thy
come.
kingdom
Thy
come.
will be
Thy
done
will be
in
done
earth
in earth
as it is in
as
heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
daily bread.
daily bread.
Forgive us our debts,
Give us our debts
as we forgive our
as we
debtors.
forgive our debtors.
Lead us not
Lead us not
into
into
temptation,
temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
Thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the
and
kingdom,
the power,
and the
and the
power,
glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. It's the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Babakashah,
Babakashah,
Nathaniel,
Nathaniel,
Akak,
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 Raba'ah,
Ba'parah,
Kam Maka'al,
Kam, Makal,
Wakam Madawa,
Wakam, Mandawa,
Akak,
Akak,
Matahar,
Atara,
Matazarayam,
Tazarayam,
Akak,
Akak,
Lakwayam,
Lakwayam,
Matyam,
Amakiam,
Akak,
Akak,
Ayakuwa Awa,
Al-Ram, Kaiwa,
Hatama'ala,
Atma'ala,
Nagash,
Zagash,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
the water,
the water.
Aman,
Amen. Lord's slide, the power in English. Yahweh name Yahushua.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of
And
sickness
all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse lepers.
Power to cleanse lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them
In
out.
the name of
In the
Yahushua.
name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. That'll conclude the Sabbath service. Shalom, Shabbat to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh, Shema, Alathan, Ba'ashem, Yahushua to the sisters.
Yeah, Babylon is